Hey, welcome. As the year starts to wind down, have you ever felt that natural pull to just get a little more reflective? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. This really powerful mindset that's perfect for right now. It's all about making this quiet but super fierce commitment to yourself.
And really, it all kicks off with this simple but really powerful idea. We're not talking about some big dramatic gesture or shouting from the rooftops. Nope. It's more of a quiet, subtle shift inside. It's like making a promise, just to yourself, that you're going to stay loyal to your own path no matter what.
All right, so first up, let's really get into the unique vibe of this time of year. We're going to look at how we can actually harness that feeling and pledge allegiance not to anyone else, but to ourselves. You can almost feel it in the air, right? It gets a little crisper. It feels like the whole world just kind of exhales. There's this sense of letting go everywhere you look. And it's not sad or somber, it's more like an invitation. It's like nature is literally showing us that releasing things is a totally necessary part of the cycle. And hey, maybe it's a necessary part of our cycle too.
So that brings us to this core idea, keeping it 100. Now, this isn't about being perfect, not at all. It's really about this deep, super steady loyalty to yourself. The kind of loyalty that acts like an anchor when everything else feels like it's shifting around you. It's a full-on, no half measures commitment to you.
And this right here, this is the promise at the absolute heart of it all. It's about choosing yourself, day in and day out, especially when nobody's watching. It's that conscious decision to stop sort of dissolving into what everyone else expects of you and instead stay totally devoted to the person you're becoming. So to really see how this kind of commitment works, all we have to do is look outside. Let's dig into the wisdom we can get from something as simple but as profound as a tree letting go of its leaves. Okay, here's a really powerful way to think about it. Trees don't drop their leaves because they're giving up. They do it out of wisdom. They just know instinctively that for new leaves to grow, the old ones have got to go. It's this beautiful surrender to a natural, divine rhythm. So what does this shedding actually look like for us in our lives? Well, it's about letting go of those half commitments that just suck all our energy, right? And the fears that keep us stuck. And oh my gosh, the endless distractions. But while we're letting that stuff go, we're also fiercely protecting the things that really matter. Our purpose, our dreams, and the person we're trying to become. And it's so important to remember this isn't an ending. This whole period of release, it's more like a sacred pause. It's that quiet, almost holy stillness that just has to happen before anything new can really begin to grow. Which brings us perfectly to this idea of wintering. And look, this is not about just hibernating and doing nothing. Not at all. It's about understanding just how powerful and important all that unseen work of growth really is. We're so often taught that growth has to be loud and obvious, right? Like big wins, constant forward motion. But the real truth, the most crucial growth is often completely silent. It's that quiet commitment to making your foundation, your roots, stronger. And it's happening especially when nobody else can see the work you're putting in. And that right there, that's what it means to be blooming underground. It means you're actively letting go of what doesn't serve you anymore. You're staying loyal to your vision, even when it feels a million miles away. You're taking care of yourself in the quiet moments, and maybe the most important part, you're trusting your own unique rhythm to get you there. And this is the mantra that just wraps up the whole idea so perfectly. When you read it out loud, it just feels like this incredibly powerful declaration, doesn't it? A real statement of trust in your own process. Okay, so understanding the mindset is step one. But now, how do we make it real? Let's talk about how we can turn this quiet intention into an actual, concrete vow that we make to ourselves. So this pledge really boils down to three key things. First, dare to dream big and actually commit to that big vision. Second, make a promise to stay put when things get tough, to keep watering your own roots, even in the silence. And third, honor that vision that keeps calling to you. Trust that it's there for a reason. And underneath all of that entire vow, is this foundational trust. This is so not a race. It's almost like a quiet rebellion against that constant pressure we all feel to be moving forward at a speed that just isn't ours. All right, to wrap things up, let's bring this all back home, back to you. I want you to think of this whole thing as an invitation. an invitation to figure out what this idea of commitment really means for you in your life right now.
So let's just pause for a second on this question. Seriously, if you could tune out all the noise, all the external pressure, what would a truly deep, loyal commitment to yourself, to your dreams, to your well-being, what would that actually look like for you in this particular season of your life?
Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. This is not another chore to add to your to-do list. Please don't think of it that way. It's more like a quiet revolution, a personal act of devotion to your own evolution, and a deep loyalty to your own inner light. So let's leave you with this one final thought. The next time you feel like you're stuck, like you're not making any visible progress, I want you to remember this. What looks still isn't lifeless. That quietness you might be feeling, that's not emptiness. That is sacred preparation. So the only real question is, what are you preparing for?